Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are all doing well. Personally, I am sick, I'm not feeling that great, but it is Juventus Day, and I know that you want to know everything about Juventus. We will speak today about the pre-Salernitana versus Juventus. Important game, crucial game. We will also speak about everything concerning the case, the affair, the investigations around Plusvalenza profit, because I know that a lot of you are asking me, Beppe, can you please tell us a bit more? What do we risk? Are we at risk? We will speak about that. We'll go through One Football, sponsor of the channel. We'll go there. We'll see what they are saying, because apparently there are also some news there. Lele Adani, ex-player of Inter and Fiorentina, that is again attacking Massimiliano Allegri. We'll speak about that. But first of all, let's start. Let's start the day saying hello to the people. Unusual hour. You know that on top of being sick, I am also off. I had actually on agenda to do so many things on the channel, but I'm dead. I'm dead. So I will try to limit to the most important thing, but I didn't want to give a message like, okay, Juventus is under investigation, there was the finance police that went there, and Giuseppe doesn't want to talk about it. No, absolutely not. I want to talk about it, I want to explain you. So let's start saying hello to all the people in the chat. Who do we have? A bit of music this morning. 1 p.m. in Belgium, in Italy. So the guys are playing at 8:45 today, but let's start the live with a bit of music. We love the music. So who was the first one to write today? It was Softage. Ciao Softage, I hope today you are doing well, better than last weekend. Better than last weekend, and I want to say better than last week, because we said it yesterday during the live. It was not only a Black Friday, but for Juventus, probably we can write that one as Black Week. We lost versus Chelsea, we lost versus Atalanta, and today we have the chance to go back to win. A win will not even be enough, to be honest. Winning today will absolutely not be enough. Today we will have to win and also to convince. Will Juventus be able to win and convince today? Big question mark, because we are missing McKennie, the best midfielder at the moment next to Locatelli. We are missing Chiesa, one of our best player of the team. It will be hard. It will be hard with a Morata that is absolutely not in top form. Will we see Moisken today in the start? Apparently, according to rumors, yes. We have Shannon, we have Matthew, we have Vejko, we have JJ Gaming. He's saying nice to hear you, Beppe. We have Ninip. Ciao Ninip, I hope you are doing really well. Let's put the music a bit more silent, because it's a bit too much. Ciao Ninip, hope you are doing well, buddy. Then we have Pace 1G, who's saying get well soon, but I will be at home all week because I'm sick. I did the test 2 times, I'm negative, but it's not only that we can be sick the last times. We can be sick on everything. It is what it is. It is what it is. Good morning, Alexander. Good morning, Hash. Good morning, Anupam, who's saying hello from India. Then we have Lampert, who's there. George Chenuda, I love your morning live. Ciao, George. Ciao, Hanin, who's always there. Ciao, Martin. I'm asking myself, Hanin, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you not going to work or at school, or just enjoying life? Maybe. I love that. Softage, we need a solid win tonight. I want to see Kayo up front, but Kayo will not start. According to the last rumors, it should be Moisken that is up front of him. We will go through all the papers. We will go through all the predicted lineups. Apparently, people were already complaining about our left wingers, or actually all the left side of the field, because the left side could be again with Alexandro, with Rabiot, and with Bernardeschi. Not the best way, apparently, to make the people, the supporters happy before that we start the game. Ciao to Julian Dos Santos, who woke up today. Good morning, Julian. That is not happy because he said that Cristiano Ronaldo didn't deserve to be 60, was expecting him to be in the top 5. Let's start speaking about Le Ballon d'Or, a French trophy that was given yesterday, and we know it after no surprise, actually, not because he was performing well, but because a lot of rumors were already leaked to Lionel Messi, that now has 7 Ballon d'Or. He will be probably the player with the most Ballon d'Ors ever in history of football. I don't believe that someone will ever achieve them. Then, did he deserve all 7? I don't know. Did he deserve only 4 of them? I don't know. This is up to you, but yesterday he won. We saw the face of Lewandowski. Of course, they already know before the results are publicly communicated. They already know who won. You saw that he was not that happy. Even Lionel Messi yesterday, he said probably Lewandowski deserved the one of 2020 that was disgustingly enough taken away because of COVID pandemic. It is what it is. What do you think about all this Plusvalenza nonsense? We will speak about it. Julian is saying, I'm already up since 7 a.m. I'm already done with school for the day. What a beautiful school you have. What a beautiful school. If you are up at 7 and at 1 p.m. you are at home, you have a beautiful school. What are the last thing about the investigation? Okay, let's speak about that. We will take away the music because it's not funny. It's not funny. We go with the first page of Gazzetta dello Sport, and then we'll go what One Football is saying about it. I remind you, you want to know all the news, you want to know, you can't wait for the videos, for live explanation, go on One Football, link into the description. Really easy. You click on it and you have it for free. But what is Gazzetta dello Sport saying? Gazzetta is saying Juve under pressure with a big focus on Andrea Agnelli. Today they don't care about football. They don't want to speak about the games that are in program. Just to repeat you and to remind you which games are in program, we'll go on One Football. We'll see the results. No, the fixtures. We have to go to the fixtures. So what are the games that will be played today? We have Fiorentina Sampdoria at 6:30. We have Atalanta Venezia at 6:30. Two important games. Why? Because Fiorentina has the same points as us, and Atalanta, we know, because we lost versus them, they have a +7. Verona Cagliari are playing at 20:45, and then Salernitana Juventus. And we also have to pay attention to Verona, of course. How incredible it sounds, how incredible it may sound. We'll have to pay attention also to Verona, but we are playing versus Salernitana at 8:45. So I believe that Fiorentina Sampdoria or Atalanta Venezia should be games that can be on the front page of Gazzetta dello Sport, but they totally don't care about the games, about the field. They want to speak about the news that is surrounding all of the Italian football world and probably also all the football world in Europe with Plusvalenza. So for the people that do not know what that word means, Plusvalenza means making profit. So if you buy, for example, a house, you buy a house cash without going to the bank, you buy a house cash and you buy it for, I don't know, for example, 100,000 euro. It's not an expensive house. It's a cheap house, but let's say 100,000 euro. And after, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years, you sell it for 150,000 euro because probably you made some works in it, you made it a bit more beautiful. That makes that you have a profit of 50,000 euro. Okay, so Plusvalenza is making profit on something. Bogdan is saying, so tell me, what is bad in making profit? There is nothing in making bad. Dinib is saying, we don't care about Ballon d'Or. So we will not even speak about Ballon d'Or. That's good. Let's focus on Plusvalenza affair. So there is nothing wrong in doing profit, in doing Plusvalenza. The problem that apparently came up at the light now, and why Juventus is investigated for 42 different transactions, I don't know if you, transactions, transfer operation, is because the values were pumped up. This is all what we are speaking about. Pumped up values of players. So you have a player, for example, and the value should be, I don't know, 1 million. You are exchanging him with another player from another team, and for example 8 million. That makes that you pumped up the value of the player. You should say, but Beppe, if we are doing actually an exchange, what does it change? Nothing, because actually if a player is 1 million but you exchange him for 8 million, we are speaking, for example, on Marley Ake. It's an example. Marley Ake, you exchange him with Marseille with another player that the value is pumped up at 8 million euro. Okay, it's a zero operation. No, that's not how it works financially. Financially, it's quite easy. When you sell a player, all the money that virtually you receive or that you receive, they will be put immediately into the books, into your financial book. So you have an immediate entry of 8 million. But when you sign a player of 8 million, for example, you don't have to put these 8 million immediately in your books on the financial year. You can spread it over the contract years. So that means that if you have a player of 8 million and you give him a contract of 4 years, that means that only 2 million will be put on that first year, 2 million on the second year, 2 million on the third year, 2 million on the fourth year. This is actually how you actually change your how it works financially with profit in your books. Okay, you have a profit. For example, you bought that X player before, you bought him for 1 million, you sell him for 8. You receive immediately 8, you have a profit of 7 million. But you have another player instead that you take for the same amount for 8 million, but you are able to split according to the years of contract. So actually that means that you have a profit from, you bought for 1 million the first player, you sell him for 8, you have a profit of 7, but you have another player of 8. Okay, it's mathematics, huh? You split the 8 millions over 4 years, that means that you have an expense of 2 million immediately. So 8 million receive 1 million of the initial investment minus 2 million for the new player. It's a profit in total, for example, of 5 million. You see, that's how it works. That's how it works. Pass up. Hey, do you shout out me? Yes, of course I shout out you here. I will even pin your comment. Ninebi saying, is there a coincidence that Inter is not investigated? We have news about Inter, guys. We have also news about Inter. We have news about a lot of teams, but that's where we go into the why is Juventus on all the first pages nationally in Italy, but also everywhere in the world. It started immediately. So the affair started in 2021 in May with the first leaks that there were some rumors about profit investigations. Nobody was taking it really seriously. I heard about it. I talked about it 1 or 2 times really fast on the channel without going in detail because I wanted to know more. But what happened is that on Thursday night you had the police investigation, the financial police that went into the headquarters to actually try to find some papers, all the documentation, to also have Cherubini for an investigation, also Arrivabene that was not there, so he's actually a witness of the way we are working at Juventus, but not because of the previous things, because he didn't know. He was not even working for Juve at that moment. The thing is that, of course, when you go back and you see the first pages of yesterday, so not this one, but we will go to yesterday, what happened is that, I will go back to yesterday, guys. Yesterday, you see, you have a Tuttosport who is saying, pay attention because all Serie A is shaking, but then big focus on Napoli, that won. Then you go to Corriere dello Sport, big focus on Napoli, so that's okay. But then you go into Gazzetta dello Sport. Yesterday, Gazzetta dello Sport were saying earthquake on Juventus with a lot of money. So this is one of the things, is that in Italy, especially in Italy, and especially some kind of papers, before having some evidences, before before having anything to prove, because you know that when in all the world, and when you are starting an investigation, what is happening is that you are not guilty. You are not guilty until there is an until there is some proofs that will accuse you. Then you can, the second step is that you will defend you. So you have different steps. First is an investigation, then there is an accusation, and third you will try to defend yourself, and fourth there is a verdict. Were you actually able to defend yourself? Yes, then you are free, or no, because you were really guilty, and then you are guilty, and then you will pay the consequences of it. In Italy, the sportive papers, the journalists, they love already to put a lot of accusation immediately. They love to manipulate the mass. They love to put some names on front pages, and most of the time, or maybe all the time, it is Juventus. Yesterday we also had some journalists who were speaking, and they were saying, of course, when you put the name of Juventus, it attracts a lot of viewers. It has a bigger volume than when you're speaking about a Chievo Verona. Who cares about a Chievo Verona? Nobody. So when you use the name of Juve, you sell papers, you have some clicks, you have a lot of interest on a news. And this is what Gazzetta dello Sport is doing. They are putting the name of Juventus, you see, in big there, to actually make sure that people are brainwashed and they accused immediately Juventus. If you don't believe, I will also show you Gazzetta dello Sport, how they try to manipulate news and people. If you go, you see that here Juventus are collaborating. Cherubini was with the finance investigation to explain the way of Paratici. So there is no accusation here. They are just saying that Juventus is collaborating. But what do you see? That Juventus in capital letters is in red, so that the name of Juventus, the word Juventus, the name of our club, is not in a beautiful picture. If you say, yeah, but they are doing that for all the teams. It's to explain so that the people, they say that it's Juventus. Okay, but when you go to the next news, for example, guys, you go to the other teams, because it's not only Juventus, there are a lot of teams that are doing these kinds of Plusvalenza profit things. And for the people that are joining now, I just explained what that means. What do you see? That they are speaking about the transaction, the affair Osimhen. Osimhen in red. You don't see the name of Napoli under investigation as well, with Napoli in red. No, you see Osimhen and not Napoli. If you want to see where Napoli is, you clearly see it is here. Here is Napoli. You see, in small letters, not even in capital letters, not in bold, but what is in bold is Osimhen. These kind of things are called brainwashing, manipulation of the mass, because when you open and when you read, what do you see? You see on the front page, you see big Juve with the money, with Ronaldo with his hand in his hair, because it's already a disaster. When they're speaking about Napoli, you don't see the name of Napoli. Okay, this is how they are doing today. They start with Juve under pressure, with Agnelli under the zoom, under the loop. This is how they are working, with Juve in immense letters. They don't put Juventus because it's too long, and then you can't have the same the same big letters as Juve. Juve big under pressure. If you want to see if they speak about the game of today, yes, they are. They are speaking here with some words. Allegri is trying the K times 2. What is the K times 2? It's Keane and Kulusevski, probably. But this is actually how they are working. If you see the other pages, you see that now Juventus on Corriere dello Sport is starting to grow versus the pages of yesterday, and then you see power to Napoli. Why? Because now that Osimhen is out, Mertens is taking again more importance. They are first in the league, and then you see also space to Il Ballon d'Or, Lionel Messi. Tutto Sport, who is always speaking more about Turin and about Juventus, they are, of course, they have to report the news. They are saying pay attention Juventus, because there are already some leaks about possible problems. If they are actually really guilty, then we have to see. But they are saying Agnelli spoke to all the employees yesterday, and he said we are chill. We are calm, nothing to worry about, and then a big focus on Moisken. If you go to the other news, and then I will read your comment, guys. Jeff is speaking about Messi, that is the best player of the world. Do we actually risk relegation? We will speak about that. Ciao, Michael. Michael, what is Michael saying? Michael is saying, Ciao, Giuseppe. Let's hope for a better game tonight than the one we saw. Of course, Michael. Of course, absolutely. Nothing will happen. After a long time, I'm in your channel. Ciao, Manish. Ciao, Manish. It's a fucking witch hunt. Absolutely. Ciao, Cecilia. That is there. Probably it's the morning for Cecilia. So, hey, Beppe. It's been a while. I come to your live. I was shocked when I received the notification of OneFootball. So that's why I tell you guys. Download OneFootball because you will know the news before me. Now we continue. We continue because we have a lot of news to read. So we go not on L'Equipe, that is putting, by the way, Messi there. But if we continue, they are speaking about Paul Pogba with Ragnick, the new trainer of Manchester United, that will try everything to keep Pogba in the team. You see, Herr of the Pog, the German coach will try everything to have Pogba to stay. Even if we know in the last day they were saying that the Spanish teams were not interested anymore in Paul Pogba. Now apparently they are going for trying to have him. And then here the news of today from Tuttosport. We will go later in Tuttosport. We will show you the pages, what they are saying. You see, we will go into details and we will speak also about the game because that's really important. But first, let's make sure that everything is clear about that case of investigations. So, Il PM administration finance thing, they are saying it's the football system that is sick, not only Juventus. And that's an important news, guys, a really important news that is not reported anywhere. So if you are clicking on whatever news, you will also see Juventus can go into second division, Juventus is guilty, Juventus will lose points, Juventus this, Juventus that. It's reporting on everything. I believe that yesterday Sport Bible was putting Juventus in big letters. Then I had to correct a Dutch journalist because pay attention also to the translations, guys, really seriously. The translations are not always correct. Yesterday, for example, a Dutch journalist, I will not mention his name, but he was reporting actually that while the finance investigation was looking for documentation for papers at the headquarters of Juventus, they found actually some secret deals with Juventus and Ronaldo about some payments there. They also found other things. And to be honest, it was totally not correct what was reported. The real news is that the financial police was looking for profit documentation. They were looking also if there was a secret paper agreement with Ronaldo about some payments, and they were looking for all these kind of things. The translation was totally wrong, and it was written they found things. No, they didn't found. They found at the moment nothing. Or maybe they found something, but by law, when you are doing an investigation, you are not allowed to publish what you found as evidences. This is the law. This is the law. This is how it works. So all the leaks of telephone conversation about things that they found, whoever is putting them on first pages on the internet or whatever is actually guilty because they are not allowed to do it. How long will it take? Apparently the finance police is saying that it should take 1 month before the investigations are done, are finished, and from that moment they will give it also to all the parties that needs to take a decision about what is happening and starting actually a process. So you see, but the thing is, and that's where I want to go back onto, when you see here it's written il calcio sistema malato, non solo la Juve. Football is a sick system, not only Juve. Why am I saying that? Why is it important to say that? Because when Juventus is doing a deal about profit, they are not alone. They are not alone. They are not alone. When you go to Marseille and you say to Marseille, okay, I want Marleake, what's the value of the player really? And they say, it's 3 million. Okay, great, it's 3 million. But what is your player that you want to give? They do the name of the player, and they said, what is his value? It's maybe 2 million, I don't know. Let's do 8 million, 8 million, so that we have both a profit. Okay, great, let's do that. Juventus is not alone. If you see this list of players, they made some profit affair with Barcelona. They did one with Manchester City. They did some wait, because I don't want to say a strange thing. With Sampdoria, they did something with Sampdoria. So there are a lot of things. Let me try to check if I can find the news, because I think I have it on my phone. I don't want to say stupid things, guys, because then I'm doing actually the same bad things as the other ones, reporting fake news. Okay, we are speaking about Nicolo Rovella, that was actually with a value exchange with Genoa, with Portanova, and with Petrelli. So Nicolo Rovella from Genoa to Juventus for 18 millions, and who did we give instead? It was Manolo Portanova. We know it, he played already in Serie A, and Elia Petrelli for 8 million. 8 million Petrelli, 10 million Portanova. Petrelli was a young player with beautiful hopes. Portanova was a player that was not a great player, but some people last year were saying he's not that bad. You remember the defensive midfielder that played also with Juventus. So, Juventus is not alone to do that exchange. They are doing it with Genoa. Then we are speaking about, let me see, what are their teams? We have Basilea that is involved. There is Amiens, there is Novara, there is Parma. For example, Eric Lanini from Parma to Juve, and then Alessandro Minelli from Juventus to Parma for nearly 3 million. We have other players like Artur Melo, you know it, from Barcelona to Juve for 72, and Pjanic from 60 to Barcelona. And then we had Mateus Pereira also to go into there. We have Cancelo, we have Moreno, we have Danilo. They're speaking about Correa, Dauda Peters, Sampdoria is involved a lot. So all these kind of players and other teams. So what I believe, guys, is when you want to go into that... yes, but Juventus was bad. Juventus is the team that is not okay. Juventus is the worst team of the world. They are bad. They are guilty. Whatever happens, Plusvalenza deals, profit deals. You are not doing it alone. That's a really important thing that I really wanted to appoint. And even if Tuttosport is appointing it for the first time, now they are speaking about other teams, but nobody is putting it on the first page. If I'm not wrong, I saw it also this morning that they were speaking about it. So let me try to check and find the news where they're speaking about Inter, because Inter, I think it was on someone else. Let me check before saying stupid things. I think it was on Mirko Nicolino that was explaining it. Mirko Nicolino here this morning, what he was saying. Here. You see, I told you, I already worked this morning. So profit deals, Repubblica is saying there is not only Juventus, also Napoli with Osimhen that actually had 20 millions with 3 players that today are not even playing at professional football anymore. And then between Inter and Genoa in 2018, there were deals for 78 millions, but only 5 million cash was moved. So what they were doing, they were actually doing with Pinamonti and another player, they were actually exchanging every single year. So 1 year Pinamonti went from Inter to Genoa, Genoa to Inter, Inter to Genoa, and another player the same. They were always doing that for 3 years in a row, and actually it moved 78 million in the books, but only 5 million were actually really cash. You see, there are really strange things what we are speaking about, but nobody is putting it on the big pages. It's only Juventus. And I saw that manipulation in 2006 with Gazzetta dello Sport, who was already using the same system, putting Juventus before any accusation, but just when they were into investigation, putting them on the big papers. You know that Gazzetta dello Sport is the only paper of football or of sport that is sold also in the other countries. So if your only source of reading something from Gazzetta dello Sport from Juventus is that, and when you see every day Juventus with big pages, with Agnelli, with Ronaldo with his hand in his head, of course, you are scared. So this was it. 30 minutes about investigation. What do I believe, guys? What do I believe? I don't know. I don't want to take some judgments and to say, but Juventus did absolutely nothing, or but Juventus is totally guilty. I don't want to go into that. Why? Why do I do? Because I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. One thing is sure, thank you, Zakir. One thing is sure is that every single team of the world is working with inflating the value of the player. Everything. I even heard that apparently there are also some teams that are paying cash money, they are paying money to transfer market, the site of transfer market, to actually increase the value of players, because on transfer market you see all the values of the player, and apparently what they are doing is paying transfer market to put higher that thing. Is that true or not? I don't know. I'm not here to accuse transfer market or other clubs, but these are the things that I heard in terms of rumors. So I don't know. Good morning, Gary. Do we have other questions on that one? What the future will bring? I don't know. We have to focus on the game, of course. What can be possible consequences of doing that? But if they want to punish Juventus because of inflated profit, then they will have to do half of Serie A, or even the teams out of Italy. That will be a chaos, a big chaos. So I don't know if Juventus risk there something. Then will they be crazy on Juventus? Yes, because they already started. So Juventus will probably be taken again as an example, to give a signal, to give a message to all the other teams. They already did it, because we are always speaking about Juventus being relegated to second division, and it looks like it's the only guilty at that time. You know that we made a video about it, about Calciopoli. But if you see, Fiorentina had minus points, Milan had minus points. They were they also were judged but not sent into Serie B, because they wanted someone to, as an example, and it was Juventus. So rischiamo la retrocessione. Do we risk relegation? No, we should not risk the relegation for the news that we have today, because again then they will have to relegate all the Serie A. Inter with Genoa, we have Napoli, we have so many teams. I don't believe that they are able to put all Serie A in Serie B, otherwise it will be Serie B, the most watched tournament and league in Italy. I don't believe that. So let's see. I don't believe. Then I'm certain of nothing, guys, because I saw what they did in 2006, and it starts with manipulation of the brains of people, of the mass, putting Juventus on every single pages, so that people are starting to scare. Since 2 days now, I'm receiving a lot of messages on Instagram, on Twitter, also in the comments under the video. Hey Beppe, what will happen? Look at that. We saw that we are under investigation. What will happen? So people start to be really scared. I saw around Turin this morning that was tweeting a bit more. What was he saying? Was it here, or it was on Instagram? It was on Instagram. So let's go on Instagram and see what he was writing, or was it on Twitter? I don't know. Yes, it's here. So we will read it. We will read it small, guys. So listen to what I'm saying. So but then don't forget, it's reported by Gazzetta dello Sport, okay? It's reported by Gazzetta dello Sport. So the Turin prosecutor's offices, on the strength of their evidence, are convinced they will close the investigation within 1 month. In their files, they have over 1,000 pages available to the investigators. They consider the documents in their possession support their thesis. They claim to have telephone tappings of the Juventus management, making it clear that the deals they have done were often adjusted the evaluation of the players were often decided during negotiation. The evidence acquired will be turned over to the Football Federation. The reports of the interrogation, Arrivabene and Curubini, interception, and all the material cannot be revealed until the closure of the investigations. So these were actually at the moment where we are on that. So let me see if you guys have some questions. I will try to answer them. Otherwise, we go into Juventus versus Salernitana, or maybe Salernitana versus Juve. Beppe, giù le mani dalla Juventus. Don't touch Juventus from Francesco Finocchiaro. Let's put a bit of music. Uniti, fratelli e sorelle bianconeri. We have to stick together, sisters and brothers of black and white colors. I give you a big kiss and a big hug. No fear, chin up, and here, like that. This is the words of Francesco Finocchiaro, and I agree, because if I'm watching a bit what's happening on social network, you see that of course, a lot of anti-Juve teams, journalists, papers, they are really already accusing Juventus for being bad, for being guilty before having any answer. And then you also see a 50% of Juve fans that are saying, yeah, you know what, I prefer to go in second division. At least we start all over. These are the words of some Juve fans. Let me check if I have that. Do I have that? Wait. Because yesterday I had it, so let me check if I can find it or not. I'm trying to find the news because I think I saved it yesterday. Can I find it here or not? I don't know if I'm able to find it. But anyway, I saw some people that were wishing the worst for Juventus from Juve fans. Other people's Agnelli out. And this is absolutely not what we have to do. Absolutely not. Because this is, according to me, really wrong. Do we risk any transfer ban for the next years? I don't know, Jeff. I don't know what they will find. I don't know what they will say. At the moment, I am tranquillo. I am chill. I'm not worrying that much. I'm just really sad. I'm just really sad that we are actually again put on the front pages, and that we have really all these enemies that are on Juventus. It's not the first time it happens in our history. Even if we will have no problem, the image consequences will be again big, and this is really annoying. Really annoying that every time they have to come back. They have to come back with bad news, with putting Juventus on the first pages. You remember when Conte was doing or was actually accused of some things, Juventus was involved in it, even if Juventus had nothing to do with that. This starts to be really annoying. Giuseppe, Juventus is always on the trial no matter what, or we do it or not. Damn, how I wish I was a lawyer to see these documents and fine and police and found out what is happening. Forza Juve. Ciao mio drag. So this is what they were saying. It's disgusting. I agree, Cecilia. It is disgusting. It is totally disgusting. Annoying news, but it is what it is. So guys, I don't know if you have questions on that one. Otherwise, we can go on One Football to see what they are saying about our beautiful Juventus, and from there starting the news. You see, Lele Adani launches a sketching attack on Allegri again. So Lele Adani, who is Lele Adani? He's an ex-player of Inter and Fiorentina, a player that was quite average, quite mediocre, not a great player. Lele Adani is now a journalist. He's also a regular host on the channel of Bob Bovieri, you know, on Twitch, that they have an Italian Twitch channel where they're speaking about everything and nothing about football. Lele Adani started again to attack Allegri. We know that both of them are not really big friends. It already started years ago where Adani is attacking Allegri so much about, and they already had some fights on television some years ago. they don't like each other. They don't like each other at all. And Lele Adani is again attacking Allegri. He was attacking him now after the loss versus Atalanta. Lele Adani, you know, the funny thing is that whatever other teams are doing, they are doing great. Whatever Allegri is doing bad. He was defending the loss of Milan versus Sassuolo because apparently Sassuolo was doing great because Milan spent a lot of energy versus Atletico Madrid, and that was okay to lose versus Atletico Madrid versus Sassuolo because they were that great versus Atletico Madrid. He's the one that says that De Zerbi, the ex-coach of Sassuolo, that is now doing so bad with Shakhtar Donetsk in Europe, that he's the best, one of the best coaches in the world, that even if they lose, they never lose because they are doing great. So you see, it's a bit annoying, these kind of news towards Allegri. Now, you can like, you can dislike Allegri, and this is a personal opinion, but I believe that you have to be correct and have a balance in your comments. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. We said fino alla fine, and fino alla fine it will be Roberto Gallo. Then what do we see? Another Italian club is now battling for Juventus, battling Juventus for Vlahovic. Who will it be? Who will it be? However, they face competition from the like of Manchester City and Tottenham from outside of Italy. The report says that the Nerazzurri would sign him in case they sell Lautaro Martinez. So that's what they're saying. There is a new club, and it's Inter on the player. Inter on Vlahovic, the actual champion of Italy, that are on Vlahovic. That's a new news. I didn't know. I just discovered it now. Ciao Salpacino saying, Ciao Beppe, I can feel the wind today. So if you're speaking about today, Wait. Let me check. Let me first check other news. And Andrea Agnelli is at risk of removal. Then we are going back to these investigations. Guys, at risk of removal, one thing is sure, every single year they are saying that John Elkann, the cousin of Andrea Agnelli, who is actually the owner of Exor, who is actually the owner of Juventus, every year they are saying, and now John Elkann, he will dismiss his cousin every year. So I don't know. I will wait a bit before saying that he is at risk of removal. Then they are speaking again about the same story. Before the end of the year, Dybala will sign his contract. That's all the news. Now, if you go into the news of today we are playing, yes. So let's see if we have some probable lineup. Most of the time, Elvin is posting them. So let's go and see if we have them. Let's see if we have. I know, it's strange. For the first time, Elvin is not posting it. So who could have posted it? Maybe juvefc.com. Juvefc.com maybe. Let's see, so that we can speak about that. He's giving me here of Gazzetta dello Sport. Gazzetta dello Sport is saying Szczesny in the goal, Quadrado, Pellegrini, De Ligt, Bonucci. Then you have Kulusevski, Bernardeschi, Locatelli, Bentancur, Dybala, and Moisken. Then will it be a 4-3-3 with Kulusevski a bit up, or will it be Bernardeschi a bit up, or changing while we are playing, and actually it remains a 4-3-3? Can be, but Pellegrini here instead of Alexandro, and no Morata but a Moisken. Guys, what do you think about that formation, about that lineup? Let me know. Let me know if we play like that, what you believe. Maybe we can do a poll for the people that are there live today. So the lineup of Gazzetta dello Sport. So if it will be the lineup of Gazzetta dello Sport, let me check. Can I put the title of the poll? Here. So lineup of Gazzetta. Let's say perfect. We can put 8 option, disaster, from 7 to 8 rated, or another option rated 5 to 6. Okay. What do you believe that if we are going with that one, what do you think? I don't like Bentancur here. That's the comment of Hanin. I don't like Bentancur here. Who would you put? Who would you put? Hanin, because that's the big question. Who do you put instead of Bentancur? We know that yesterday in press conference we had actually Allegri that said something important. He said Bentancur, after all the international travel, was really tired. He's not a machine, but I saw that he's doing a lot better. McKennie is out. We have Arthur, that is still a big mystery. We have Rabiot, that according to all the people is doing really bad. So who do you play? Who do you play? Bentancur is part of the 25. At a certain moment, he has to play. So let me know. I'm checking the results at the moment. People are saying, oof. A lot of people are saying the rating of that lineup is 41%, is between 5 and 6. So it's a bit better than a disaster, but still not good enough. Still not good enough. 70% of the people are saying it's perfect, and now we have actually 38% of the people who are saying between 7 and 8. Because, guys, if you want me to put Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, then we are not Paris Saint-Germain. We don't have these players. If you want to put Sergio Ramos or Kroos or Pogba or whatever, we don't have these players. So Pedri is not at Juventus. So let me know what is disturbing you in that lineup, and then we will see if we have other lineups. For me, that lineup with, I believe that Alexandro could rest. I would do that as well. Can be one of the best. Can be one of the best with what we have today, yeah? Kulusevski deserves a bit of more minutes. He deserves a chance from the start. The only thing that I am a bit panicking is if we have Kulusevski there, I don't know. You know what is annoying me? And then I will read also your comments. What is annoying me? What is annoying me in that lineup is that if Kulusevski goes up, he will be on the same part of the field as Dybala. Because we know that when Dybala is playing, he loves to go a bit more below, he loves to go a bit more to the right, and then he will be actually on the same position as Kulusevski. Problem, because we will have again too much players on the same position of the field. That's one problem. If we don't play with Kulusevski going up and we ask Bernardeschi to go up, then you are limiting Kulusevski because you're asking him to play as a midfielder next to Bentancur, next to Locatelli. So for me, there is a problem there. With that lineup, there is a problem of balance of where you play. Because if Dybala is there, if you ask Kulusevski to go up, Dybala will be not in the box, because we know that Dybala is never in the box. That means that Moise Kean will go up, will play into the box, and then you have a problem on the left side of the field. So according to me, if you play like that, I think that it will be Rabiot instead of Kulusevski. Because if you play Rabiot instead of Kulusevski, it means that you have Bentancur holding midfielder behind Dybala, you have Locatelli in the middle, you have Rabiot holding midfielder behind Bernardeschi. That's what I believe in terms of balance of the team. That's what I believe. So 47% are saying between 7 and 8. I don't believe it will be that. If you play like that, then it means that Kulusevski should start from the left side and you put Bernardeschi out. That's what I believe. I understand that problem, but it is Allegri's task to say to Dybala to keep being in the center. Yes, I agree. I agree with you, Johnny, as well. Pirlo didn't succeed. Why? Because Dybala was injured. Sarri succeeded it in the second half of the season when he was with Dybala. Dybala started also first on the bench, then really behind, playing everywhere and nowhere. And then when the moment was that Dybala understood that he had to play into the box, or really actually in near to the box, then from that moment Dybala did probably one of his best second part of the season with Juventus ever. And he was really great, and he became also MVP from Serie A. Not for nothing. So I agree. Good night, Beppe. I see you tomorrow for the game. Mamma mia, where are you living, Stefan? Where are you living? Before leaving, I want to know where are you living, because if it's now already the night, so it's not US, so it's probably Australia. It's probably Australia. He's going to sleep now so that he can wake up in a few hours for the game. Mamma mia, what a life. Let me know, Stefan. Stefan, I'm curious. Now I'm curious. I want to know. I want to know from Stefan where he is living. One of the biggest problems with Bentancur is he can't dedicate the game. He can't dictate probably the game. He can't take responsibility over the pace of the game. No, it's true. It's true, Zerdest, because Dybala is not the one. Dybala. Bentancur is not a creative brain in the middle of the field. Bentancur, when he's doing really great, is when he's playing with 3 men in the field, and when he's actually the one that has to stop everything. He's really great at that, but not a lot of time it happened that he was in the position to do it. Australia, you know, Stefan, you see, I get used a bit to the different time zone. Hola, Panita! Hector Jose Ruiz Villegas is also joining the chat. Ciao to Clovis, who's saying, I would love to see Kulu as a second striker again, with Dybala as a pure false 9 behind the strikers. If we play like that, guys, if you play that like Clovis is saying, that means that actually we play with a 4-3-3 with, that means that if you want, with a false 9, guys, with a false 9, that means that you are playing with Dybala here. You're playing with a 4-3-3, where Kulusevski will be a bit more up, Moisken will be a bit more up, and then Bernardeschi, Locatelli, Bentancur can be. But then Dybala will have to play really here, and he can't go here. That's a big question mark. Bentancur gives me Khedira vibes lately. Late runs into the box. No, Luke. I was not a big fan of Khedira in the last season, and also never been a big fan of Khedira. But Khedira, when he was playing and when he was healthy, he was probably one of the smartest players ever. He knew every time where to position himself. Then he was getting older, he didn't have the same physique, so that meant actually that he was not putting all the possible energy into the field. But Khedira was a really smart player. He knew when to go up, he knew where to put himself on the field. He was super intelligent, and Bentancur is not a smart player. Bentancur is not a smart player. Bentancur has a problem. Allegri said it as well. He thinks too much. He thinks too much, and then he mess up. And we have a few players like that. Kulusevski is also a player that is not 100% confident, because when he has the ball, you see that when he has the ball and when he's running, he's overthinking, and when he's overthinking, he's doing really bad. 4-3-1-2. If we play with a 4-3-1-2, that means that, then you have a Dybala as a number 10, Moisken and Kulusevski up front, with Bentancur, Locatelli, Bernardeschi in the middle. Let me check, because I have a message here. Was my friend Marco Messina that just woke up and was sending me some messages. This should be our lineup as a 4-2-3-1, but when everyone is fully fit. Chiesa instead of Bernardeschi, and McKennie instead of Bentancur. So if we are playing like Sam Mikalev is saying 4-2-3-1, we have McKennie and Locatelli here in front of the defense. McKennie, Locatelli, and then you have 3 men. You have probably Kulusevski, Dybala, and Chiesa, and then Moisken on top. Can be the only thing that you are limiting there is Locatelli, your best midfielder that you bought to play in a 3-man midfielder. You will sacrifice him. You will sacrifice him big time, because Locatelli is not only a defensive player, he's a smart player that is able to build, to understand the game, to change from left to right. If you are playing him with a 4-2-3-1, that means that a lot of long passes you are forbidding him to do, because you know that when you are playing in a 4-2-3-1, the balls are actually going or from the defense immediately to the 3-man up front, and so you are actually going over that 2-man midfield, or if the 2-man midfielders are recuperating, you are giving it to the one that is more closest to you. It can be to McKennie, and McKennie goes to the right side to Kulusevski, or Locatelli giving it to Chiesa, and then you have a Dybala able actually to play with triangles. That's the big thing. If you are playing a 4-2-3-1, you probably say goodbye to long passes, and if you have players like Bonucci and Locatelli in your team, you see in the stats every time that you have also a lot of long passes. Juventus is playing with a lot of long passes. Is that correct or not? I don't know. I don't know if it's correct or not, because the results today are saying that we are not able to do well, because we are 8th or 7th or 6th in Serie A, 6th with the same points as 3 other teams. So I don't know. Khedira is better than any player in our midfield now. Right now, have the worst midfield ever. But no, worst midfield ever, I will go to last year. Last year was worse than now, because now we put a Locatelli that is a bit better than the ones we had last year. So, but we didn't solve it. We didn't solve it. No, we didn't. What is going on with Arthur? When is he playing full time? I don't know. I don't know. I think that at the moment Allegri is not convinced yet on Arthur, because he gave him his chance, maybe thinking that he was a great number 6, but he made some mistakes there. He's a bit dangerous. Probably is not 100% yet ready. So I don't know. I don't know. I think that he is really impressed and confident about the professionalism of Arthur, but I don't know when we will see him. The last 2 times I was thinking that Arthur would have a bit more chances to start. Today I'm not confident, so probably today I'm thinking that he will start. I don't know, you know. It can be the game for him to start. Today is the birthday of Agent Amaf. Happy birthday, Agent Amaf. Last time it was the birthday of Zakir. We were hoping to win versus Atalanta to have a beautiful birthday for Zakir. It didn't happen, so maybe today Juventus will bring you a win. It will be a bit easier normally versus Salernitana than versus Atalanta, but on the other hand, we also lost versus Verona, we lost versus Sassuolo, we lost versus Empoli, so you never know this season what will happen with Juventus. Guys, don't forget to put a maximum of like to the video. We have only 76. I am sick. I'm asking you, I'm repeating you, put that like on the video. Put that like. We are more than 100 people, so it's not okay to have only 76. 16! Grande Agent. And then we have a question of Zakir, who's asking, can we see a few minutes of Matthias? Matthias Soule. That's a good question. Jan van Engeland is wishing you as well a beautiful and a happy birthday, and then we will read the comments of Mr. T and of the other comments of Jan Engeland, but first answering to Zakir about Matthias Soule. Yesterday the name of Matthias Soule was mentioned by Allegri in press conference. He said, we don't know who can start being the surprise. It can be Matthias Soule, of course. It can be Caio Jorge. It can be Moisken. He said multiple names. But yesterday when people were saying, can he be the one that starts and be the real surprise, you saw at the face of Allegri that said, no, he will not start today. Will he start the game? You have to take one thing into consideration, guys. Matthias Soule is officially a player of under 23. He's officially a player of under 23. What does that mean? That they, according to the rules of the 2 teams, under 23 and first team, players can play a maximum of 5 games with the first team. From the moment they hit 5 games with the first team, they are not allowed anymore to go back to under 23. So we also have to manage these 5 games, because if you just play them to play them, you're actually doing that, or really soon they will not be able to play anymore for the first team, they will go back to under 23 and we will never see them again, or you will actually make sure that they will never go back to under 23. Okay, so if he's really good, who cares about going back to under 23? Keep him in the first team. But at the moment, I see a lot of people, and you know that I love Matthias Soulé because I'm following him since a few seasons now, under 19, under 23, because you know that I'm watching these games. I would love to have Matthias Soulé in first team, but pay attention, don't put too many pressure, because or today he plays and he's starting to be a Maradona and then people will say, we said it that he was the best player, or he's doing a mediocre performance and he will not be loved by the supporters because then people will say, hey, he's not ready. Or on the other hand, he will play 5 minutes where we will not see him and then people will say, but it's because of Allegri, because he gave him only 5 minutes to play. Okay, so Matthias Soulé, with all the pressure he has now on his back, pay attention. He's an 18 years old kid. You have to pay attention, guys. You have to pay attention. So 5 games, and if you have a player where you are not 100% sure that he's yet at the level of a Serie A, because a lot of people are saying, yes, but he's already going to the national Argentinian team. They played 3 games. He was never, not even on the bench. He was there to train with the team, to start having experience, to meet some players, to have the philosophy of already being there. But he was not even on the bench because he's not ready. He's not ready to play at Argentina yet. A great player that will do great things. He has a beautiful future. He will be the next phenomenon. But please, don't burn players. Don't put your hope in Matthias Soulé. Good morning to Uncle Sharma. Uncle Sharma that is working on a new identity on his channel. I really love it because, you know, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball, and he's going into that. So we have a lot of points in common with Uncle Sharma. We have a lot of passions in common. Just one thing that we don't like each other. We don't like each other's team. He doesn't like Juve. I don't like Inter. But otherwise, we have a lot of common things. But Matthias Soulé, don't put too much pressure on him. I already explained to you of the 5 appearances. So one thing is sure is not clear, but apparently it's the appearances start counting from 30 minutes on the field. Okay, so if you play 5 minutes with your team, it's okay. It's not accountable. You are not counting that as an appearance. It's from 30 minutes that you are playing with your team. So will we see Matthias Soulé? It also depends on the score. If you are winning 3-4-0 at the 60th minute, probably yes. Why not? On the other hand, do you need then Matthias Soulé to start in a game where you know that he's playing, and you will actually make sure that he's not playing anymore with the under 23 in the future, because now Chiesa will be out until 2022. When will he be back? I don't know. So you have to pay attention. Also because and that's the big question mark, if he's good but not ready yet to be a starter at Juventus, but you already played him so much that he can't go back to under 23, it will happen that the player will never play anymore again. Not with the first team, not with under 23, where he's starting really to grow and to do great things. That's the big thing. What happened to Hamza Rafia? Rafia, if I'm not wrong, he was loaned out to Standard de Liège. If I'm not wrong, guys, you know that I can always be wrong, and I'm going out of mine. So let's go and check to be sure to give a correct answer to Ninib. Rafia that scored the winning goal in Coppa Italia. If you know which team it was, let me know. I remember, of course. But let's do a small trivia. Do you remember the team that Rafia scored that winning goal, that qualifying goal in Coppa Italia to bring Juventus to the next stage to play the semifinals versus Inter, where we won? I hope that we still have Uncle Sharma in the chat so that he can remind him that he lost in the semi-final versus Juventus from Pirlo. Yes, he is at Standard de Liège. I told you, in Belgium. I knew. What a memory. The same memory as we have of MC, but also of Sam Mikalev, Julian Dos Santos, Navit, and Jan van Engelen, that are all saying yes, it was versus Genoa in the in the extra times, where he scored that goal after Juventus doing actually pretty great. They were leading 2-0 or 3-0. I don't remember if it was, I think it was 2-0 leading, and then we were actually caught back by Genoa, and we had to wait the last minutes of the extra times where Raffia scored that winning goal. He was so happy. Then, unfortunately, after that game, I believe he had COVID, and we never saw him anymore. It's true. It was in All or Nothing, Julian. It's true. Here he is. Here he is, the guy. Are you going to do a review for All or Nothing? We can. We can. Yeah. I saw it. Look, I saw it immediately. But what I want to do, maybe I have to do it in 3 episodes. 3 episodes, like the 3 first episode, then the 3 other ones, then we have 6, and then finishing with the 2 last ones that were a bit longer as well, where you can also conclude. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Especially episode 7. Episode 7, where I am having a really important role in, where I have actually a starring role in episode 7. For a few seconds. Oh my god. It was not Spezia. Spezia, Gadion, you asked me, can we do a video about all the investigation and the affair and so on? So the first 30 minutes were focused on that. So if you were late, the 31st minutes were really about the affair of Plusvalenza, where I explain what is a profit, what is Plusvalenza, how it is, why are we on all the first pages, and so on. Then I wanted to speak also, guys, about Morata. I wanted to speak about Morata, and I want to do another poll on that. But Ravella will come back next season, not this season. Next season he will come back. Yes, yeah. What do I think? I think it's right. It's correct. It's totally correct to bring him next season. It's transfer marked. Here you can find it. Transfer marked. So it's not transfer market, but transfer market. Hamza, my countryman from Tunisia, Jeff Costello. I remember I asked you once, where are you from? You told me Tunisia. Beppe, did you see the reel posted by Juve on Instagram yesterday of Paulo Dybala? If not, you should watch it. The reel of let's check. I hope there is no music, because then they will ban my channel. Let me check. Juventus is here. I really loved that one yesterday. So let's see if we can play it. Without sound. That's great. Without sound. That was a really beautiful one. I don't know if you saw it yesterday. They were saying Bianconeri and Bianconere, so black and white supporters, men and women, let's stand together, support the boys fino alla fine, and never stop saying Forza Juve with your heart. That was a beautiful one, an emotional one. We need to stick together, guys. Then they showed this one as well. I don't know what it is. Interrupting all programs, Juventus for settle the world loading. That's another beautiful one. And then we see that today, that's why also I have this beautiful shirt, because I can already tell you we will play in yellow, blue and white. You can always see it. If you are always asking you what color will we play with, it's really easy. Look at the background, the graphics that we are using that day, and that's how we are playing. So it will be here in not that long. We are playing at 8:45. If you see the reels, what are the reels saying? This one of Paulo Dybala. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful of Paulo Dybala. Wow. Look at that. That was a beautiful goal. He was happy, huh? Gioia loading. Beautiful one. I love Morata, but we have to let him go. Right now, it's not a Juve player. So, okay. The poll about Morata, and then I will explain you. Allegri said, people are bullying Morata. People, I explain, it's journalists, it's supporters, it's everyone. He's correct. He's exaggerating. Not at all. Or Morata deserves it. Okay, let's see. So this is a poll, guys. I will explain why the poll is live. Why the poll is live, what I'm explaining. So yesterday, Allegri was he received a question about Morata, if he will play or not. He didn't really answer on that one, but then he said that he was not happy with the world of football that was really bullying Morata, that was whistling him at the end of the game when he was subbed out. He received so many whistles, and he said that according to him, Morata played his best game of the season versus Atalanta. Okay, he said he played his best game of the season. Morata is a player that always scored. He didn't dislearn how to score. So for him, Morata is still a guy with potential, a guy that played well. He played his really great game versus Atalanta. And he says that people are bullying him, and also the papers that are rating him with a 4.5, 4.5, 5, really bad. That was his words. So at the moment, we are saying that 59% are saying yes, he's correct. At least for the people that are voting at the moment. Allegri is correct. Then you see 24% Morata deserves it. So you have some people that are really harsh on the channel that he deserved the bullying of the whistles, of the really bad ratings on Tuttosport, on Gazzetta dello Sport, the bullying online by the supporters, or so this is what you're saying, guys. 24% of the people are saying that Morata deserves it. So now I will speak for myself, and it's really strange that I have to defend Morata, because I already said it multiple times. Morata is not my favorite player. It's not. That's the reality. I'm really honest. I will not change now my speech. Did I want Morata back at Juventus when we were speaking about Luis Suarez, for example, or Dzeko? No. I even said that Dzeko was not a bad idea. I made a video about that at the time, but my favorite one was Luis Suarez. Did I enjoy the time of Morata at Juve in 14, 15, 15, 16? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Or was it a year before? I don't know. Anyway, absolutely yes. He did great things. The first season, he was super phenomenal, and he scored in really important games. Already from the second season, he was already starting to play less. The first season, he was playing with Llorente and with Tevez. He had a lot of chances. The second season, he was playing already with Dybala, with Mandzukic, and he has already less appearances at Juventus, or important appearances, let's say. I mean, he was still scoring a lot of goals. I love the guy. I really love the person as Morata. He's someone emotional. He's a really great guy that have good intentions. He loved the shirts like not a lot of people. He already showed it multiple times. So I will never change the love I have for the person of Morata. And for me, he will always be part of Juventus. I bought his shirt, for example, and you know that when I buy the shirts of people, it means, by the way, I have to show you something, and then I will continue on Morata. I will show you something, guys. Wait 1 second. That's a funny one. Well, funny. I don't know if it's funny or a tragic one, but wait. I missed just one shirt, and I need to show you, because this year I already bought a few shirts. I'm watching. Where is the other one? I need to show you something, but I can't find it. Probably I'm washing the other shirt, whatever. Okay, guys. I wanted to show you something. Maybe you will judge then if I'm bad luck or not. Okay, okay. Who's the player I've put on that shirt, guys? It's Danilo. Okay, I've put Danilo on the back on this shirt. Okay, put Danilo here. Danilo. I bought it in the 17th or the 18th of October when I was at the stadium in the Juve store. I put Danilo on the name. Danilo, November, injury, 2 months. 2 months injury. What did I put? I have that shirt since a long time, but there was no name on it. You remember? There was no name, so I went into the stadium and I asked to put a name. I've put Chiesa, injured. Danilo injured. Chiesa injured. Okay? What was the third shirt I had this season? Locatelli. At the moment, Locatelli is okay. If we go back a bit on history, last season, you remember that beautiful shirt of Juve? Last season, who did I put there? Dybala. Dybala, disaster last season. Last season was a disaster. Last season, after Kulusevski starting and scoring that beautiful goal versus Sampdoria, and after 1 or 2 games where he played well, I bought Kulusevski. Kulusevski stopped scoring with Juve. Disaster. This season, I bought a legend shirt. A legend shirt. A beautiful shirt. And what happened with that shirt is... Thank you, Alessandro. I've put Morata on it. From the moment I received that shirt, Morata didn't score anymore. The year before, I've put Chiellini. Chiellini injured immediately. Guys, disaster. Every player I put on the shirt, they have something. Or they start to do, oh, you remember, I have even another one. Wait. You remember the great season of Bentancur with Sarri? Do you remember how great he started to be? He was playing so well. He was a top player. He was doing great. It was after the lockdown. He was phenomenal, Bentancur. What did I do? I was so in love with Bentancur performances. I bought his shirt with Bentancur. From that moment on, it was over. It was over. Bentancur stopped playing. Since that time, since the day I received that shirt, Bentancur did awful performances. Disaster. Guys, I have more than one evidence. I speak... Locatelli not yet, okay? But I'm speaking here about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The one of Chiellini as well. Disaster. And I'm sure if I go back and if I check other names, I will also find some stories. So maybe it's my time. People are saying, buy Ramsey's shirt, please. But I don't even need to buy the shirt of Ramsey, guys. I don't need to buy the shirt of Ramsey. But guys, I think I'm really bad luck and it's really crazy, because the players are doing well. I'm waiting a bit. From the moment I buy a shirt, it's a guarantee. The player, boom, in long time injured, bad performance, stop scoring. Mamma mia, disaster. Maybe that can be a technique. The technique of Thomas is saying, Beppe, try the reverse. Put the name of Ramsey on your shirt, and maybe he can start doing well. Can be. By Dzeko, Tonali, Osimhen, poor guy, he's out for a long time now. Save your money, Beppe. You see, disaster. You see, Hanin is now scared of Locatelli. I understand, me too. That's why I don't know where the shirt is. Probably my wife is taking it to the church to protect Locatelli. Maybe that can be. I don't know. Sono un ultra bianco nero ed amo soltanto 2 color. Ale. Oh, sono un ultra bianco nero ed amo soltanto 2 color. We have First member today. Today, a new member of the channel, a GJustjuve supporter, that is Satyajit Mondal, who became member of the channel. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Hope Sule cement a place in the first team with today's performance. I don't know if he will play Ansari. I don't know if he will play. You know what, guys? Robert, it's too late. It's too late, Robert. I already bought Chiesa. Look here. Is there? I already bought Chiesa. I put it here. And that's when Chiesa this season is starting to be a bit less good than last season. And on top of that, he's injured until 2022. Poor Chiesa. It's my fault. It's my fault. And Locatelli already, I put the name on the shirt as well. Too late. Too late. Put Faraoni on that shirt. I should have. And here Danilo, the same. And Danilo. Poor Danilo. I was so proud and happy to put Danilo on that shirt. Danilo never injured. Danilo, boom, injured. 2 months. Poor Danilo. Guys, there will be a 4th shirt of Juve coming out. We know the celebration of Adidas Team Guys from 2006. We will have a blue version. Who should I put there? I have an idea. No, of course. I told you about my my bad luck with names, but I think I have an idea who to put on the back of the shirt when I will buy it, if my wife will not kill me before, who I will put there. I have an idea, guys. By the way, yesterday I bought a new shirt. Yesterday I bought a new shirt. A vintage. Yesterday it was a vintage. Vintage shirt. This one, guys. Look at that. I bought that one. Tacchinardi with the number 3 on the back. 2005-2006. So a lot of people will tell me, yeah, but Beppe, he was not playing for Juve in that season. He left the year before. It's correct. He didn't play, but he played actually 5 friendly games before leaving. So he was still part of the team and he already had that shirt. Then he left. He didn't play in an official game in that season. But I wanted the Tacchinardi shirt. Tacchinardi is an important player of Juve. I loved that shirt, 2005-2006. I already had the red one. That's the yellow one. So it was a beautiful one. So people are telling me, Beppe, for the new shirt, for the shirt one, put Matthijs de Ligt. Matthijs de Ligt I already have. Guys, I already have on that one. Remember that one of last season, of two seasons ago with Matthijs de Ligt with the number 4. So that's Matthijs de Ligt. I don't want to injure him. Sadyajit, okay, actually, what I did, the first 30-35 minutes of the live, I really spoke about all of it. So if you really want to know a bit more in detail and so on, because I can't repeat it again for all the people that are watching again, but the first 35 minutes of the live, I was speaking exclusively about that, nothing else. No, luckily I had no money at that time. I'm still not rich, but I have no other passion of Juve, and I'm a collector, so I love to have collections of shirts. That's the only thing I spent my money on, and then material to have a better quality when I'm streaming, you know. By the way, I need to buy a new computer, but the lights, I have a green screen, I need a better microphone even. So these are the 2 things I spend my money on. It's on, I don't go out, I don't do crazy things, no, at the time in 98, I come from a really, really, really modest family with not a lot of money. I had to wait really long before having my first Juve shirt, especially because in Belgium, it was not easy to find all the shirts. Online didn't exist. It was quite hard and quite difficult, and I believe the first one was a fake one that I received from my parents, but I was super happy. No, we didn't have a lot of money at that time. And I had to wait really long actually, because then I met my wife. We started both our life with a €0 on bank account, and I had to work really hard to start winning a bit of money. Uh, so so no, it's not my fault about Del Piero. It's not my fault. Luckily, it's not my fault. But luckily, whatever, it happened. Huh? So, what a player, what a legend. I don't know if you are speaking about me or Tacchinardi, Dennis, but probably it's Tacchinardi. People buy Rabiot. No. Aldo is late. Do you have a Robbie Baggio shirt? No. You know why? Because Robbie Baggio is a player that when he was playing at Juventus, he didn't have his name on the shirt. You know that the names on the shirt started with the final of Champions League with Juventus having the name on the shirt. Before that, it was only the number. In the past, even before, you could even change during a season, depending on who was playing, you could change the number of your shirt. Then they regulated and they said, no, you start the season with a number, you finish the season with a number. Del Piero, when he started with that number 16, he didn't have the name of Del Piero on. So that's why I don't have Baggio on my shirt of Juve. I have the shirt of 92. So I can say, yes, it's a shirt of Baggio, but there is no number on it. Grazie, Dennis. I'm sick, huh? I'm sick. I'm still sick. I really want the retro Del Piero shirt. I have a lot. I think four Del Piero shirts, if I'm not wrong. I have the one of 2002, 2003 in black and white. Then in white, I have a gray one of Del Piero. Do I have other? I think I have 3 or 4 Del Piero shirts. Like this, for example. Wait. I don't know where it is, guys. I don't know where I put it. I don't know. I have a bit too much shirt. I need to. This one. That's the one I was looking for. This one, you mean? That's a beautiful one. Huh? That's a beautiful one. I've put Ravanelli on that one. I love that one. That one I love. Look at that. This one is also a beautiful one. The pink one with small little designs on it. Look, Pavel Nedved. These ones are super, super beautiful, guys. But that's it. That we have to stop. We have to stop speaking about shirts. So we have a game today. Let's see if we can find some more informations on the game, because it was not meant to be a shirt live. It's already 1 hour 30. Look. What are they saying? The news, guys. The news are saying Dybala Juventus extension delay explained. Ooh, Gazzetta dello Sport is speaking about something else than the controversies. What are they saying? That Gazzetta dello Sport explained the reason for the delay in contract extension confirmation of Dybala. The outlet state that while everything has been agreed in the new contract, La Gioia agent Giorgia Anton is in Argentina, and he is just waiting paperwork about the new deal from the Bianconeri. Once the paperwork arrives and is approved by the agent, he will then travel to Italy again to get the player to sign the deal. That is when the deal will be confirmed. Juve has decided to put Dybala at the center of their project, and while he is plagued with injuries, La Gioia will earn 8 million plus 2 million of bonuses in the new deal. So there is not really something incredible explained. Just Anton is waiting for the papers. What about Tchouaméni? We know, we knew. Juventus could struggle to land this Liga target because of Vlahovic, but we know we can't go for everyone. Juventus has been chasing the signature of Tchouaméni for a long time now, but might fail in his pursuit. Bianconeri consider AS Monaco man one of the finest midfielders they could add to their squad. He has been developing well in the French club, and this could be his last season with them. The likes of Real Madrid and Chelsea are also looking to sign him at Calciomercato is suggesting, but Juventus cannot compete with them. The report says that the Bianconeri have made signing Dusan Vlahovic their priority, and that means every penny that they have is being gathered to sign the Serbian. Monaco isn't willing to loan out Tchouaméni even with the obligation to buy, and that would be a problem for Juve. So you guys, you have to check, You have to check who you sign and who you go for. Do you think any players of our current squad can win the Ballon d'Or in the next 5 or 7 years? There are 2 players that could potentially win it in our actual team. For me, it's De Ligt and Chiesa. We know that the Ballon d'Or is not a trophy that I particularly believe in since 96. Del Piero, that was 96, 97, was such a player, never received it. Then you have Matthias Sammer from Dortmund that received it. Which shirt is the one that Del Piero signature was on? But it was a 2002 shirt, Julian. 2002 shirt, Cinque Maggio shirt, black shirt with the signature of Del Piero, and my wife washed it. It is what it is. So it's a trophy that I don't really believe in the result, because the criteria, they change every time. You never know. You see that it's really a political trophy where friends are voting for friends and so on. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Is it really fair? I don't know. If you look at Messi yesterday that won, Messi, yes, he won Copa America. Copa America that was never taken into consideration into the history of Ballon d'Or. It was or Champions League or the World Cup or the Euros. These were the competitions that were taken into consideration on top of your own league competition. If you look at Barcelona, Barcelona arrived third for the 13th, it was 13, I think it was the 13th year in a row that they didn't arrive. So it was the worst result of the last 13 years with Messi. Okay, they were out in the in the knockout stage at the 16th round of 16th. It was the worst of the last 14 years with Messi. He won Copa America. He played great. It's true. It's totally correct. He played great in Copa America. He brought back the trophy after so many years. But it's not correct. It's not correct. Messi is maybe one of the best players of the world. Nobody can discuss about that. I like the talent of Messi, of course. I always preferred Ronaldo before joining Juve. I always said that if I had to choose, I prefer Ronaldo. I'm absolutely not a fanboy. I don't care about Ronaldo. But if you ask me the preference, I prefer Ronaldo for the ethics, for his hard work. While I don't like the personality of Messi. But did he probably deserve to have the most Ballon d'Ors ever? Yeah. We can't discuss too much about the talent of Messi. But I believe that 4 Ballon d'Ors should have been enough. This one of this year is totally not correct. Should Lewandowski have won it for 2021? Probably not. Neither. Why? Because Lewandowski did an amazing 2020, didn't do the same in 2021. So if you give it to Lewandowski this year, it's probably because you want to compensate the one of last year. Also not really correct. Okay? So for me, this Ballon d'Or, I don't understand what are the criteria. If you are telling me, yeah, it's about sportsmanship, it's about fair play, it's about the career they had and so on, I don't know. I don't know. For me, he doesn't deserve it because then you have a Jorginho that is probably not, and he's not the best player of the world, but he won with Chelsea the Champions League. He won with Italy. He was important there for both of the teams. Could have been, he was third already. Not bad. Not bad. But I don't know who would have won it last year. Not Ronaldo. Not Ronaldo. So it's hard. For 2021, I don't see a player that meets everything, but for me, it was not Messi. Probably one of his worst season ever with Barcelona. And if you take at 2021, guys, I'm sorry, but until the votes were closed, I believe he scored only one goal with PSG in Champions League. That was it. So he has some difficulties to make the difference from one league to another. While Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, he already played in Premier League in the past. He made his way in La Liga. He made his way impact immediately in Serie A. Again, he's going to Premier League. He's doing an impact immediately fast. How he's changing and adapting to a new club, a new culture, a new football. So I don't know. Then if you're telling me, of course, Lewandowski is not able to win La Copa America or he's not able to win Euro 2020 with players like Glick in his team. It's easier to win Copa America when you have some big players in your team and surrounding you than when you are playing with Kamil Glick in defense. Makes sense. Pinsolia, yes. Then it's a debate. It's a debate. Some people will be agree or not. But can you pick top 3 players to be watched for today's game? Who do you think may step up? It's hard to understand the condition of the players at the moment, guys. It's really hard. It's really hard, to be honest, to know now who is in form, who not. I'm expecting a better game of Moisken because he was not good the last times. He was not good. And Dybala should step up, guys. A serious question, Beppe. I have a serious question. Give me your honest opinion. Who deserves Ballon d'Or? But we were speaking about that. We were just speaking about for an hour. I have no idea. I don't care, to be honest, because I don't believe in that trophy. If you put out Federico Chiesa of the 30s, I don't know why. The guy he carried Juventus last year. He was phenomenal. He did really great with Italy. If you put him out of the 30, I don't know. Can we keep a clean sheet today? But today I believe that we will go for, I told that, today winning will not be enough for the fans. Today will not, if you win today 1-0, it's not enough. Today more than winning, you have to convince. For me, I don't care if we win 1-0 every time. I don't care because I always said it, results are actually the most important. If you win 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 with a bad football at the end, the fans are okay. They are angry, they expect more and so on, but it's still okay. Well, from the moment you lose and you don't win, then the fans are super pissed off, and it makes sense because at the end is the result that counts. If you are first, it's one thing. If you are 8, it's another thing. But today, exceptionally, I tell you that winning 1-0 will not be enough to convince a bit that we are back. And even if you win 9-0, like I dreamt yesterday, I was dreaming that we won 9-0. Even if you win 9-0, it will not be enough. It will not be enough. Why? Because people will say, but it was Salernitana. Yes, but you couldn't do it versus Chelsea. So whatever happened today, it will not be enough. If we don't win today, because that's another possibility, Allegri out. No, he will not be out, guys. He will not. He will not, because he has a contract of 4 years, because we are in a moment, guys, where we have to start building for the future. Okay? And the decision has been made that we will do it together with Allegri. So it makes no sense to change him. It makes no sense. We have to be calm and accepting the moment that the cycle is over and that we have to rebuild. And faster we go into that we have to rebuild, but how can you think that the problems are totally solved from the game of Atalanta to the game of Salernitana, where we play it on Saturday and we are Tuesday? Okay? Without McKennie, without Chiesa, without Ramsey, without X, Y, Z, De Sciglio, and so on and so on. So on top of the problems that you already had in your team, you create even more problems. Today on the bench we have De Winter and Sule. We don't have Chiesa and Danilo. So how can you think that all the problems are solved today? Or you think that Allegri has to be out already, and you're thinking that, but it can't depend on the game of Salernitana. Then of course if we lose today, it's even more. The disaster is even going bigger. Of course we need to win. But in 4 days, I don't believe in miracles in 4 days. I don't believe in that. Then maybe we will 9-0 and we will win 9-0. I'm happy. But it will be a flash. It will be a flash. What are the fixtures of Juventus? And then we stop, guys. I have other things to do today. And then we will see each other probably for a watch along tonight. So we'll try to celebrate the goals of Juve. So Juventus versus Salernitana. Then we play Juventus versus Genoa in our home. Then we play again in our home versus Malmö. Then we play versus Venezia, Bologna, and Cagliari. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in Serie A before the new year. Okay, let's take away Malmö because who cares about Malmö? Let's do a last poll before saying goodbye, guys. A last poll before saying goodbye. So 5 next Serie A games. How many points? So, okay. I can't put everything. So I put 15. That means that we win all the games because there are 5 games. 15. Let's put between 10 and 14, which is impossible. No, 14 is impossible. So between 10 and 13. Between 7 and 9 and less than 7. Let's go. So four possibilities in the 5 games, sorry. Salernitana, Genoa, Venezia, Bologna, Juventus, and Cagliari. How much? And then we stop. 15 points is a must from Bosi. I had seen some articles that if Juve can't sell Ramsey in January, his contract will be terminated. Can this be true? It can be. It can be. I'm not asking what you want. I'm asking what you think we will do, because I see here 60% of the people are saying already that we will have 15 points. That it's a must, I agree. That it's what I want, I agree. Is it what will happen? I don't know. It's imperative to have them. I agree, Swarit. Will it happen? It's another question. I tell you guys, I don't see us, and I'm a real positive man. I believe it will be a ups and down season. Today, I'm not saying Allegri out, because for me this season is hard, and we'll have to start building for the future. But I'm not saying Allegri out. But I'm not telling you that we will win the next 5 games in Serie A. I believe it will be a season of ups and downs. Easy fixtures, I don't agree. You know why? Because Juventus is lacking confidence. Juventus lost versus Empoli, versus Verona, versus Sassuolo. We lost a lot of games, guys, this season. Atalanta and Napoli were bigger games, of course. But the problem is Juventus, it's not the other teams. We lost too many points versus small teams this season. So 49. 27% are saying between 10 and 13. 10% of the people, that means 5 people said we will have less than 7 points. That's a bit a stretch, I think. I hope so. Otherwise, it's a real disaster, guys. A real disaster. No, there are no rumors. Yesterday it was even when was it? On Saturday it was even confirmed by Agnelli. He went into the locker room. He said everyone is at risk except of Allegri. Everyone, all the players. They will have to show something today. Knowing this Juventus, it's true. I'm so angry, Juve, that I have no energy to watch the game today. No, Robert, you have to come here for the watch along. I think he will. Why you? We lose a lot of points already. It's true. Del Baggio. I spoke about it in the first 35 minutes of the video. Guys, you voted. 46% of the people voted for 15 points. I will close now because I like it. So if you want to, before closing, give me, one of the members of the channel, give me a page. We will try to read a rule of the football of Allegri. You give me, one of the members, guys, give me a page, and we'll try to understand what game it will be tonight versus Salernitana. Thanks to the book, we will try to understand it. Why was the first one? Why was the first one with page 13 in the book? Page 13 is actually, I'm trying to check. It's actually the first chapter. For page 13, there is nothing really big there, but it comes from the first chapter, and the first chapter is called "If they would have learned us less, we would have learned more." Wait. If they would have taught us less, we would have learned more. It's really strange. Strange as a title of a book. What does he mean with that? That sometimes we are trying to explain too much and we don't give a lot of freedom to the player to express themselves. Because I already read the book, so I know what he's speaking about. So the chapter is going about sometimes we are exaggerating in explaining players what they do, and we have to give them a lot of freedom. So today, if Wayu that he was the first one to choose a page, he chose 13, it will go about that. I will read and then translate a part of page 13. Prima di concludere, before closing, returning back to the comparison between the kid that was learning to lace his shoes and the player that is trained in his simplicity, nella mia vita ho sempre accettato di buon grado gli ostacoli che si frapponevano lungo il cammino, senza spaventarmi, né tentare come prima soluzione di aggirarli. Oggi, dopo tanti anni, sono arrivato a sviluppare questo mio pensiero sino all'estremo opposto, augurandomi in qualche caso di trovarmi di fronte a una difficoltà. Ok, that's a beautiful one. That's a really beautiful one. I will explain you why. You couldn't have chosen better. Why you? He's saying, in my life, I always accepted obstacles in my journey without being scared, not even trying to avoid the obstacles. Today, after so many years, I arrived at a point where I'm able to develop my brains, my way of thinking in the opposite, hoping that sometimes I find some obstacles and difficulties along the way, because it challenged him more. Hey guys, seriously, what is Allegri saying in that book on page 13, like Wayu was saying? He's saying that Allegri, he learned to deal with obstacles. He's going in front of the obstacles. It's not denying. It's not trying to avoid them. He's going in front of them. And sometimes when there are not obstacles, he hopes that he have some difficulties and obstacles. Massimiliano Allegri, you guys, it was not prepared. Why you chose page 13? We were reading about page 13, that small paragraph. I think that your wish of finding obstacles and difficulties on your way, I think that your wish has come true. And now you will have to deal with it. And you will be the captain that will have to go in front of the obstacles and go through these obstacles. This was for the live of today, 1 hour 50 of live with Allegri that said it most. So today we will have, like this season, so much obstacles to face. And hopefully we will get out of it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bogdan. Thank you, Masgana Leonard. Thank you, Wayu, that chose the page. Thank you, EA Juniors. Thank you, Erion. Thank you, Zerdech, D. Biarup, Enzo, Burek, SDC Sports, Sam Mikalev, Adi, Gino Sorrentino, Zenit, who's there. Giuseppe, would you agree with me that all this happening is mainly our board's fault? No. Partially yes, not no. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Wayu. Thank you, Angung. Thank you to everyone. And we see each other tonight for a watch along. Forza